Hi, my name is Chieko Phillips, and I sometimes identify as multiracial. That is because I was raised with a very strong African American racial identity. When I work at the the Northwest Gay Museum, I do feel like I am an outsider of that community. I think more specifically because I don't really have a strong Japanese identity or Japanese American identity. So like I introduce myself to someone and it's like, oh, like that's an interesting name, or like I've never heard that name before. Or, like people will say, some people have just like said that's weird, or like something like just pointing out how different my name is. And they ask questions about my name, and since my name is also my grandmother's name, like they'll say like, oh, what language is that, or like where did that come from, and like all these questions just like lead up to like really personal issues for me. So it's like that. Well, it's like, oh, do you speak Japanese? And I'm like, no, I don't. Like, just because my name is Japanese doesn't mean I have to speak Japanese. And people will say, like, oh, you don't look Japanese, or, like, they'll say all these things that I'm just like, so I hate it when people are like, you don't look Japanese. I'm just like, well, what is I mean, I don't come up to you and, like, ask you if you speak different languages, or, like, you don't look American or whatever. This is, like, when I start to think, like, when I really will, like, sit down with my thoughts and I'll just start to think like, what if it's just me? Like, what if I am the person who has a problem with being mixed race?